Welcome, Zeistencroix. How are you guys doing? We have OD and Santi. OD is the singer, songwriter, guitarist. Santi is the exquisite drummer. And we have these rock stars here today just off of a sick tour. Let's talk about that first. But before that, how are you guys doing? Everything good?
Good.
Yeah?
Great.
Life
Yeah.
is good. About to finish this crazy year.
Yeah.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Making music.
That's what
all you
matters.
need. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's all it is.
I agree. How are you?
Oh, good. I mean, it's been a crazy year. Yeah. Can't wait just to see what the next one brings. But yeah, we shall see.
So before we start talking about what we're going to do, what the plans are for 2023, let's talk about, first of all, tell me how the tour was, the latest tour, like, in general, how your feelings about the tour went. And just kind of, since I noticed that you guys played with, did Cottonmouth Kings drop off? Or
No, they
were
played like
okay.
3 dates.
Okay, so it was Cottonmouth Kings and Crazy Town.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that a little bit. How was that experience for you guys?
It was awesome. I mean, we loved it. It was something that we wanted to do for a long time. I mean, initially we wanted to do it on the summer, but it got pushed back to November, and then we did it, and it was awesome. And initially we were gonna play with the Cottonmouth Kings for, I would say, like 6 or 5 dates, and then because of scheduling and all that, and they had their own tour going, so it went down to 3. So we played Florida with them, and then the rest of the tour we did it with Crazy Town and another band called Hidden Sun.
What was the other band?
Hidden Sun.
Okay. What style were they?
It's closer to Crazy Town. Okay. It's more like a rap metal kind of thing. So we were kind of like the odd ones.
Yeah, and how did you feel like, considering it was quite a different genres, did you feel like did you fit in pretty well? Yeah.
No, I mean, it's not even about fitting or not fitting. It's just about art and music. I mean, you shouldn't have, and that's kind of like the problem that sometimes not even tours or people have, that they need to put everything together. It has to be the same. It doesn't necessarily has to be the same. I mean, in order for something to work, it's just that people need to get along. But
yeah, that's kind of more like what I meant. Did everyone gel? Like get
Oh, it
along?
was great. Yeah. We all made friends with everyone, and it was like it felt like a family. So it felt like a big crazy family touring together and doing crazy stuff together.
Great. And I saw you ended up filling in for Crazy Town, right?
Yeah.
How was that?
Crazy, man. Awesome. Yeah, I was nervous. I had I want to say 3 weeks to learn the material. I learned the material, and we played, man. Awesome. Double trouble. Because obviously our music is demanding,
right,
from the physical standpoint. But it was awesome to play twice.
I was gonna say, like, how did you have to, sleep a couple extra hours every night before the shows to, just putting out more energy, like double energy. So how?
No, not really. I'm a very energetic person. I jump rope. I try to stay active. They drove a few thousand miles so I could sleep in the van. They were very helpful. When I say they, I mean obviously Orlando and Alex. But it was awesome, man, and I think it was a really good opportunity to. I think that was one of the learnings. Aside from the genre style of music, when you play, man, from the heart, there's people that is going to like your music, man, and this was the case. I think we connected with a lot of people that they weren't expecting
something like us.
Our band, and they weren't expecting the drummer for Zeistencroix playing for Crazy Town, so it was really cool, and I think we had a surprise factor behind us.
Awesome. Yeah. So how many days did you do total on that one?
Well, it was 3 weeks, 3 entire weeks. I mean, it was really cool because I mean, and it was crazy because the thing with the tour is that we started on Louisiana, and then on Louisiana, we that day that we started, we had what was it, a tornado or like
I think it was a
it
tornado.
was tornado, kind of like cautious thing. So the town was completely empty. So beginning with that, we started chasing every single storm under the sun.
Yeah.
So we had everything but an earthquake. But everything we had tornadoes, we had alert of tsunamis, we had alert of everything that you can imagine. Even on Texas, we had what we had on Texas. We had like I don't know something.
We were chasing this tornado from Florida. I forgot the
Oh,
name.
also that one. No, that
So it
was a
was
hurricane.
Hurricane.
A hurricane.
Tornado. I
in-
say tornado. Fuck.
The,
Yeah,
the,
hurricane.
yeah, it was a hurricane in Florida, and then when we went to Pennsylvania, it was something else. It was like a blizzard too, and it was everything that you can imagine was and it was the hot and the cold and the hot again and the cold again. So it was completely crazy. It was
Sounds
something,
Yeah.
but it was fun. It was so much fun. I mean, in the end, it's just like one of those things that you never expect to happen and didn't happen, and then you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, it makes it more interesting because I mean, you have to sort it out and kind of like deal with it,
Endure.
endure exactly. So it was fun.
Awesome, man. Yeah. So did you notice like after, maybe the first week, like was everyone just like you said, everyone was really comfortable together? Did you like develop like connections with the other bands and were you able to like set anything up for the future possibly or yeah?
Yeah, I mean that's a plan. We're trying to see what we can do in the future. I mean, the main thing would be just to make a song, but it depends also on scheduling, on the style that we're gonna try to write, or that it fits to what we want to do. So
Yeah.
it might happen, it might not happen. It all depends. I mean, we want it to happen, but we shall see. It's like it's one of those things that you have to make all the plans align just to make it happen. So that's what it is. Because they're on tour right now, and we're gonna be doing other stuff in the next year too. So we need to kind of like find the gap where we can, actually make it work.
Yeah. Wow. Right on. So how has the response been from the new record, Crucifixion?
Great. People really loved Ice Queen, and they really loved Howlin' Wolf. We started playing Ice Queen on Louisiana, yeah, on the first date, and it was right from the go. It was great. Everyone loved it. Everyone wanted that was their favorite song, and it was really, 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 really surprisingly good. The response that we got from the audience, because I mean, like I said before, this is not a song that we were kind of like expecting to have on our arsenal because it's kind of like different. It's a different song. It's not really the classic industrial kind of thing. It's more like a goth kind of thing, but at the same time, it's a little bit pop on it.
Yeah.
And so when we started to play it live, it was again more like an experiment, more like something that we wanted to see how it was gonna go, how people were gonna react to it, and surprisingly, it was really good.
Great.
It worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we did this very simple lyric video, and it had a really good reception, man.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Everyone is
Yeah, they
asking
loved
me,
it.
"Hey, where did you get the material to do the video and things like that?" So, we learned a lot with that song.
Yeah, the visuals went very well with the
Yeah.
music. So great job on that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what else? So what was your favorite song to perform on this tour? Like was it a newer song or like an older song?
Actually, yeah, we kind of tried one new song that we haven't even recorded yet, just because I mean, we had some downtown in Nashville, so we went to Alex's house, and then we're kind of like bouncing ideas back and forth, and we had this song that we've been kind of like rehearsing just for the future, and starting working what we're gonna do in the future. And then Alex came with this really cool bass line, and then we started kind of like jamming and trying it out, and then we said, okay, let's try it live.
Yeah.
And then on the last, I would say, probably like in the middle of the tour, like in 5 or 6 shows, we tried this song. It was awesome too, because I mean, it's a slow one, so we put it after Ice Queen, and it was really surprisingly good too, because I mean, we weren't expecting just to have two kind of like melodic, downtime songs, just to work that good with the audiences, and it worked. It did, and it was nice. And for us also, it was kind of like the thing that we never do, because that's very impromptu. It was unexpected. It was something that, okay, yeah, let's try it out, and we did, and it worked. So
Nice.
it was fun.
Howling, Howling Wolf is another song that
I love that one, dude. I love that
is
song.
super fun to play, man. Super fun to play. I'm gonna say it's a very simple song, but it has, man, a lot of power. So that
Yeah.
one was really really nice to play live. And obviously Sick is always, man, a song that is gonna slap,
Yeah.
Everyone
give
is
you
face, yeah.
yeah. So I really enjoyed playing Howling. Obviously, if you say the new song or is talking about, and yeah, I'm gonna highlight those
with
three.
with Howlin' Wolf, the good thing is that because you're playing out of state, for us being outside of Los
Yeah.
Angeles and everything, and it's more like a Hollywood kind of thing. So it worked really good, because everyone in the, let's say, in Pennsylvania, or I don't know, probably I would say Texas, or even Florida, they were kind of intrigued about the lyrics and about the Hollywood issue and all that, and it was kind of like always, oh yeah, the Hollywood song and this and that, and it was kind of cool to have, because even though, when people see you for the first time, they are not gonna memorize the name of a song, but
Yeah.
if you can actually make them, associate something to the song, which in this case would be Hollywood, the Hollywood song, then you already won. So that's why we kind of enjoy the fact that people actually remembered.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was really cool about that song.
Yeah, I love the tempo of that song, because it's super heavy and the riffs are huge, and the drum beat, it's so grooving, but it's a slower tempo than what usually you guys do, like compared to Sick or something. So it just really it really fucking grooves. I love that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah, and you did a great job on it. It was awesome.
you.
Yeah, the sound on that album is huge and it's beautiful.
It's
Actually, a lot of
awesome,
people complimented the sound, saying that it was huge. The sound of the
Yeah.
album is really, really big, and it was really cool.
That's what we wanted, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That was the point.
I remember when we discussed this big sound behind every song, and I think we done it, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did it.
We did it. Sorry.
Yeah, it came out, I always try to, make sure, I try to push every track we've done together, like I want it to be better, and I try to push the boundaries to make it, bigger and crazier. But I think with the tracks on Crucifixion, dude, like the contrast between Tim's mixes and the heavier mixes, like I think they blend together very, very well. And because Tim is just phenomenal. He has like more of an old school approach, which it's just everything he does is just gorgeous in my opinion. Like I always say, he adds there's some special like magic fairy dust he adds to these mixes. I'm like, how the fuck do you do that?
Yeah.
I'm like, God, but he has this very, very specific style, and it just, when he blends the tracks together, it just turns into this like ethereal, like godly, like gorgeous song. And I think with Ice Queen, it was just perfect, dude. It just
Yeah,
came
he
out.
did that magic touch that nobody was expecting, and it was crazy because he was good. And then it's like you said, whenever we work with Tim, it's something else, because it's just like he always takes the song and whatever you give him into a direction that you never kind of like foresee that is gonna happen.
Yeah.
And then he adds all that magical stuff that he adds on to the song, and then he makes it he not only elevates the song, but he kind of change it in a good way.
Oh yeah.
So it's always something that it's like a new experience every time that you hear something back from him, and it's always it's amazing. It's just you cannot wait just to
Oh
see
yeah.
what he's gonna do.
We're talking about Tim Palmer, by the way, if everyone should know who he is. But um, what I love about his approach too is he not only mixes it, but he'll add production. He'll add like a little guitar line here, an extra layer, something special here and there. And I just love that. I love that about, an artist, go to a producer or mixer and like they're so excited about the song that they hear like, oh, what if I add a tambourine on the chorus, or I add an extra synth layer on the chorus? And I think that kind of a collaboration is when the real magic happens. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's absolutely what happened, in my opinion. Yeah. So yeah, he just totally made those two tracks like just absolutely come together perfectly, in my opinion. So yeah, congrats on the album. I know it's been a little bit since the release, but I just want to tell you guys, like, I think it's your best work to date, in my opinion.
Thank
The
you.
songwriting is great, production came out great, and yeah, so
Yeah, we're really happy about it. We're really proud. It was not only for us; it's just the best that we've done so far, but it's also the more like rewarding in a way because it's just we can see the evolution and we can see the reaction, and it's been something it's been really cool. And yeah, we're really happy about it.
Yeah, and I think that there's an evolution between our first album, Gen Z, and obviously Crucifixion, and the art for this EP. I think we evolved to this time we tried with a different medium. We went the 3D route. I've been using new tools, using my iPad to create a 3D model, and a really good friend of mine, Alejandro, he helped us with the illumination and textures for the cover of the album, plus extra renders we've been using on our social media. And I love the. Did we bring one?
No,
For,
unfortunately, yeah, I
man, I
forgot.
was going to tell
I
you.
owe you that.
We
I owe you,
owe you
a CD. Yeah.
oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
So I think both things matched really nice. The art, the music. I think we have a. I really like the name of the album.
Same.
So yeah, I agree with you. I think it's our best album, EP yet.
Yeah, I mean
More to come.
it showcases, I think, your strengths as an artist, because I've heard all your music, like I've seen your journey, and like you have the softer, more like sensual, ethereal side of you, and you also have like the very dark, heavy, aggressive side. But you also like the throat singing thing as a whole. I think we should talk about that a little bit, because to me, like, you're the first person I've ever worked with that would do that kind of a style. So that's a whole nother adds a whole nother like dimension to the music as well. So I think, yeah, this record, it showcases the best of all your strengths, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and the throat singing, it's something that I've been using for a while, but probably it gets lost in the mix because it's something that somebody, well, a couple of people, more than a couple of people, told me about in this tour. Is just like I should talk about it more because I haven't, people don't notice that it's not an effect. It's just my voice, and it's kind of like, but for me, it's been kind of like a taboo subject because it's just like, oh yeah, I don't want to be the narcissistic fucker that is gonna say, oh yeah, I'm this and that, I'm blah 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 blah. So I'm kind of like always shy away from from getting into that subject specifically because of that. But I mean, the way that they told me, yeah, but you should say it in a way that or educate people, because I mean sometimes it gets like everyone assume that you're using effects, or
Yeah.
everyone assume that you're not, that is not you, it's something else. And they're trying to see, hey, what's that effect that you're using, so I can use it on my own thing. And it's just, yeah, well, it's not really an effect, that's me. And it's kind of like, it's the awkward, odd conversation they have to have.
Hmm.
But yeah, but I agree, it's something that I might need to talk about a little bit more often, because I mean, it's like I said, it gets lost in the mix and in the translation of the entire thing. And yeah, I've been doing that for a while, and it's something that in my case I try to make it different and special, because I mean, there's the HU, the Hue, the band
Hmm.
that is Mongolian, that they use the throat singing. And there's of course the folkloric bands from Mongolia that they actually travel, and they use their cultural throat singing just in their music. But this is probably one of the times that you're using it, or we're using it in a different way, not only in the industrial music, but in metal music and in like heavy music, in a way that I think that nobody's used before, or in like a very specific way that at least in my eyes I think is a signature for the band too. But that's pretty much what I kind of think that I can bring to the table.
And when you see the band live, you get to see the power of the throat singing.
Hmm.
And I think, adding to what you said, I think O has a big range. So that's one of the beauties when we play live, that you get to see him going from throat singing, through screaming, clear voices.
Hmm.
So it's this story that has different, how do you say,
Layers.
layers, yeah, aromas if you want.
Sure.
um and that mixed with the power of the music, man, I think it's one of the beautiful things about Zeistencroix.
Absolutely, and it absolutely is a signature. Like
Thank you.
I haven't heard. I know that the technique is used, but I haven't heard it used the way you do it, and in the context with this kind of music. So yeah, and you're right. I don't think a lot of people realize that it's not an effect. You know what I mean? Because it in the way you when you record it and when you're singing live, you project it very well. It's not like something quiet that has to be pushed up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're very powerful with the technique. So yeah, that might be something, in the future, maybe next year you could do some kind of, I don't know, some kind of thing on social media where you could do like, you could show, whatever song you want to use to as an example of it. Maybe you could talk a little bit about, the way your technique, but then, you don't want to give it away, but
Yeah,
at the same time, I
exactly.
think it'd be
Yeah.
cool because like a lot of people that love your music probably don't know
No, they don't
that's
know.
effect.
Most
That's not an effect.
of the time, it's just like we were talking about. It's just like, but again, because to me, I'm not gonna lie. To me, I might be an extrovert whenever I play, or whenever I'm kind of like presenting music. But when it comes to probably an approach, or an individual approach, I'm kind of shy. I mean, I can make conversation, I can, but if I if I have to sell myself, I'm horrible at it. I'm not that kind of person, that can, go and sell themselves like this huge thing. And it's kind of like, to me, I'm just more into the artist side. I'm into, yeah, I'm gonna have to, record. I'm gonna write some songs. I'm gonna, do my stuff on music, but I'm not really that good at, on selling even the band or ourselves, or myself in this case. And it's kind of like, I understand that you have to do it these days. It's just something that it's part of a job. But like I said, it's just, to me, being a shy person is still kind of like it's a struggle. I'm not gonna lie. It's just, to me, it's a struggle still.
I hear you. Yeah, I used to be very, very, very shy. I'm still a little shy, but I used to be so freaking shy when I was younger, like ridiculous. But yeah, I think just naturally as an artist, most musicians, you know, we start shy, we stay shy our whole lives. It's because it's, it's about the music and the art. It's sacred, it's special. It's like you sit there and you write your songs at home by yourself most of the time, or in a group with the band. But yeah, I don't think you're alone there. I think most artists are very to themselves and shy, and they don't like to sell themselves, like you said. So that's totally normal.
I believe that, well, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that believes this. But I'm one of the probably idealists that believes that the music should speak for itself. That you shouldn't have to explain music or what you do or how you do it. But I mean, again, at the same time, I understand that on the other side of the block, you have a lot of people that don't understand much of what's going on, or what you do, or how you do the stuff that you do, and then you have to kind of go out of your way, even it's a struggle, even it's whatever it is, and then you have to try to explain it and present it, because it's the only way in this kind of ruthless business that we're in music industry or business, that you have to kind of give everything away, and then you have to explain everything like twice or three times or four times just to get the message across, because if not, it gets, again, lost.
So you're saying you're not going to make a TikTok?
No, I will.
Singing. I mean, that would be.
No, I will. I'm just saying
kidding.
that it's not easy to me. It's kind of like,
same, man.
yeah.
It's really hard, especially if you're like you said, if you're not, I'm pretty introverted. You're introverted. Like, it's hard. It's like against our nature, right? So I think just this day and age, it's like people expect everything you do to be online. And if you're not online, then you don't exist, which is ridiculous. But I mean, that's just how it is these days. And it's unfortunate. But, yeah, I think what you said about, I do feel that music is still, I like the idea of mystery, not only with the music, but with the artist itself. So I really respect bands that, they are not really on social media that much, or they're very, very little, and they still leave a lot up to, they still leave a lot to be desired, and there's still a lot of mystery in their music and their band.
And then but it's like you said, is for us is, even though we understand, and like I said, I understand that you have to do it, you have to still get the message across, and then you have to make as much as you can just to get heard, because if not, nobody's gonna notice you, or nobody's gonna know who you are, because it's like you don't exist. But at the same time, it's just you have to kind of fight yourself to get you to do that.
Yep.
Just to get you to really force yourself to get it done, because if not, it's almost impossible. At least, yep. Yeah.
Especially when it comes to the throat singing, because I think we should exploit it more, or at least we should communicate to our fans that in this technological age and all that BS, it's actually a human being doing it with a really good technique. He can do it for 15, 20, 30 days, whatever.
The length of a tour,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's something we should communicate, and we got the message. I think it was in Florida that someone told you.
It was in Florida, yeah. When everything started.
Yeah. Because everyone was expecting a pedal board or something for the boys, and they saw him doing it, and they were like, dude, crazy, are you doing it? Yeah, I'm doing it.
Nice.
Yeah, I remember even when we were with Shifty at the beginning of a tour in Louisiana, it was like, oh yeah, I like that effect that you use. I'm like, which one? I don't use any effect. Oh, okay, cool. I didn't know that, because I mean, and that's what usually happens whenever we play live. That everyone's kind of looking like on the floor just to see if there's like a pedal board or something, and then they assume it's the mic or it's the engineer, and they go and run to the engineer and ask him, hey, which effects did you put to the guy that it sounded like that? And it's funny, but it happens. But yeah, no, I get it. I know that I need to kind of get through that.
Well, I mean, just being on this podcast right now is like,
it's a beginning. Yeah,
it's a beginning.
It's
So
a beginning.
yeah. So To shift gears a little bit, what do you guys have planned for next year? What are your goals? What would you like to accomplish for next year?
Well, I mean, the way that we've been talking about is just we're trying to put together some stuff first. Probably would be more music because I mean I've been writing a lot and then we've been bouncing ideas back and forth, and then that's something that we might do. I don't know when exactly during the year, but we might do that next year, and then also try to keep touring as much as we can. It's just that it's getting harder and harder and harder because I don't know if you've seen the news.
Yep.
Everyone's been complaining about it,
Yep.
and we get it because we just got out of one that it was hard.
It's
I
expensive.
mean, we really enjoy it, but it's just like it's the nature not only of the business but the state of the society that we're living at right now. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, all the prices are going up. Everything is getting more expensive. Everything is getting harder to do. So my message or my thing would be like we should enjoy as much as we can whatever we have because we don't know how long it's gonna be there. Because you never know. Most of the bands they're already complaining about it. They're saying, "Oh, the cost is too much." We don't know if we're gonna keep touring. We don't know if it's still profitable. We might have to look to do it in a different way or to do something else. And then it's just the fact that for some bands, and depending on the levels, of course, it's that it's not that they don't have the power to bring people to shows. It's just that people are not willing to go to shows anymore because they think that it's gonna be there forever, and it's been a given forever. And they don't know, even though after we had 2 years of nothing with the pandemic, everyone's still afraid to go out and see what's going on. And my message would be like, if you don't live your life to the totality of what you can do and do as much as you can, you're probably gonna miss out.
Of
Because
course.
you don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know. Nobody knows what's gonna happen next year. It could be that next year is awesome and great for everyone, and we're gonna be rich and famous and happy and married or whatever, or it could be bleak and horrible and everything can go to hell in a heartbeat. And that's something that I guess that people in general in all these generations that we've lived hadn't noticed that life is not a given. You have to live it because you don't know how long it's gonna be there, and you don't know how long you're gonna be breathing. You don't know how long you're gonna be doing the stuff that you're doing. So you really need to go out and enjoy, and do what you need to do, and make the changes or the determinations that you need to do because you don't know if you're gonna have the chance in the future, and you don't know when it's gonna end. So that's technically where we're at. We're kind of like in the limit, in the edge of everything with technology, with society, with politics, with everything. It's just like every year, every day, every month, every week that it passes, it's not only that you don't know what's going to happen, it's just like it gets to the point where you think that it's going to be the end. And then that's something that we kind of need to some way or another embrace and be more stoic about it. Well, whatever happens, happens. But we need to do what we need to do, and we need to do what we want to do while we can.
We have to play live.
Exactly. We have to
People
be
should go
alive.
to,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we have to leave.
I think I heard Maynard from Tool. He was saying we live. These times we need rock and roll, man, and it's really nice to be alive and able to play some rock and roll. So yeah, we wanna play live, man.
That's the main thing.
That's
And
the
then
goal.
it's just about enjoying it because for us it's not even about the money or the money that we don't make or the money that we spend or the money that we lose. I mean, I believe that every single musician in the end they do it because their soul needs it. It's something that you really need to do regardless of anything else. So this is just is the urge that you have that you feel that you need to present, and that's the way that we see it, and that's the way that we're trying to live it because it's like I'm telling you, you don't know what's gonna happen, so you have to take all the risks that you can. being aware of that is a risk, but at the same time, you have to, if you can do it, do it, because you don't know, when it might end.
Yeah.
And it's not to be fatalist or or like negative about it, but that's life. That's
Could
how
be
we should.
could be
Mhm.
illegal to gather with
Yeah, you don't know.
hundreds of people
Yeah, it could be illegal
because
because you're not allowed to go to gatherings and stuff. You never know
crazy,
what's gonna
crazy.
happen.
It's not that crazy. It happens in other
Right.
countries,
Yeah.
other cultures, and at the end of the day, it's on the people, man. We are the ones who could take a stand, take a position, and fight
Right.
for something, or be be told what to do and
And
when
leave
to
it
do
regret.
it, how to do it. And I think that's part of the rock and roll style.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that we have to.
Rebellion.
Yeah, yeah. Somehow.
Yeah, and it's about that. It's about not living in regret because how many times, and this this had happened to me, multiple times, that you wanted to see a band or you wanted to go somewhere, and then for whatever reason you make an excuse and you don't go, you don't see it, you don't do it, and then you regret it. Like, oh Jesus Christ! Let's put an example. How many times and how many people missed when Pantera was in their prime, and then all this tragedy happened, and now they're not able to see Pantera anymore. Just the version that we have now, which
Yeah.
I'm not against it, but again, it's not the same.
They're
So
killing it though.
no, they're awesome. And I said it before. I think that they're gonna be, and they're awesome. But I mean, at the same time, it's not the original, right? And most people crave the original. And how many people didn't go to a show and they regret it later because of, oh, I wish I would have gone that day, blah 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 blah, for whatever reason I didn't go, and now it's over. There's nothing you can do about it. You cannot see them live, and then that's technically art. That's music. That's what it is. You have to do what you have to do while you can, because you never know what can happen. Life happens, death happens, tragedy, and even good stuff, and people move on, and then whatever you thought you had or the opportunity is poof, vanish,
Yeah.
gone. So you have no opportunity anymore. So that's, at least that's my message. That's what we're trying to leave the, and that's what we're trying to do next year. I mean, do as much as we can. If we can tour, we're gonna try to tour as much as we can. If we can record, we're gonna record as much as we can. And then also, now that we're playing with Alex, we're gonna try to do as much as we can with him, because again, is with, like I just said, you never know what's going to happen. You never know for how long you're going to be playing, or if you're going to be playing with the same people, or if you're going to be doing the same stuff.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I mean,
will be.
but again, that's why my message would be that always take the opportunity while you can, because you never know what might happen in the future.
Yeah. Great. Absolutely agree. I mean, it's so easy to just, see a show that you want to go to and be like, oh, well, I got to work, or I can, or I'll go next time. It's just so easy to put things off. But I think your message is great, is just to, live it up while you can, because you never know when, the band is going to break up, or you're not able to go to shows anymore, or whatever, So yeah, I think for next year, if what you guys want to do is continue to tour, then yeah, just push for that. And I mean, you guys have a lot of touring experience already, so you know what you need to do to get it done. So yeah, it's just about finding the right opportunities and yeah, just pushing it and doing what you love and making it happen, which you guys have already been doing. So I think it's all good. So next year is going to be, I think next year is going to be great. That's my
Hopefully,
opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we're waiting for. And yeah, it's not even about supporting anything in special. It's just about, doing what you want to do, living the life that you want to live. It's not about, because I mean, I know that a lot of people get lost in translation about, going at, support local band, or support this, or support, you don't need to support nothing. All you need to do is do what you like, but do it honestly. Because some people, and this happens a lot in this day and age. They're more worried about what their friends or their family are gonna think about them instead of actually enjoying what they like and what they love. And it's just like, what's the point then? It's just like you're not living their lives, you're living yours. If you're not enjoying what you like, then you're missing out, and then you're gonna regret it.
Yeah.
Just like I said, this is
Yeah.
and this is what we're kind of like in the going right now, because it's just like, okay, well, if I do this that I would love to do, what would my parent think about it, or what would my best friend think about it, or what would my significant other think about it? It doesn't matter. It's not their life.
Right.
It's yours.
Yeah, I really wish more people would adopt that mindset, because it's your life. I mean, you have to live with your choices. If you live your life for someone else, I mean, at the end, when you're sitting on your deathbed, it's just going to be, oh, I wish I would have done what I wanted. And it's unfortunate, because there's a lot of people that, like you said, they make decisions based off of what their parents want for them, or what their friends think, or what their wife or husband thinks. And it's like, I get it, but I mean, if you want to live your best life, you have to just do what feels right to you. And if that is a conflict for the people you're around, then you should maybe really reconsider the people you're around, But I know it's not always so black and white, and things get complicated in life, but I like that mindset. Absolutely.
We need to go back to rock and roll, man. We need to go back to, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want, with whoever the fuck I want. Yeah. And that's it. You like it, fine. You don't, fuck off. Simple. And that's a problem that we're having. It's just like, that's why we need rock and roll. Because, I mean, people are going back to, even though they think they're progressing and they're going, oh yeah, we're going to the future. No, you're going backwards. All of you guys are going backwards. I don't see nobody doing what the fuck they want. They're saying that they're doing it, but it's always with an agenda or with something else, or what they're gonna think, or what's the politically correct thing to say, or the politically correct thing to do. Fuck them. Mm-hmm. It's just simple. It's simple as that. All you need to do is whatever fuck you want, and that's it. Of course, there's gonna be consequences. There's gonna be, but you face it. You take it. That's it.
Yeah.
But you cannot put a strain on yourself where you're going to be always in this square mode where you're not going to be able to do what you want because, that's not the right thing to do, or that's not correct. And then you're not going to live. It's just a waste. That's why I'm with him. We need rock and roll. We need to do whatever fuck we want. We need to say whatever fuck we want, and whenever the fuck we want it. And not giving a flying fuck about anything else. Not censorship, not social media, not whatever they say or whatever they think, or if they're gonna... Well, let's say that you do something or you say something and it's the wrong thing to say in the eyes of the beholder. Again, it depends. But in the eyes of the social media, I don't know, regimes or the powers that be, fuck them. I don't need to be on your fucking platform. I can be on my own. But at least I did what I thought it was the right thing to do. And I said whatever the fuck I thought it was the right thing to say. And then you live with it. You're going to have a lot of detractors, but you're pretty sure that you're going to have more people that are going to support you, are going to be in the same, not train of thoughts, but in the same position as you that you might think.
Yeah.
I think sooner than later, we're gonna be interacting not only with humans. I think more competition is coming our way.
Oh yeah.
Because I think artificial intelligence is growing exponentially, and the things you can create today with artificial intelligence are like incredible,
mind blowing.
Can go to shows in the metaverse if you want.
Yeah.
Can log into the metaverse. Like, oh well, I want to go see Metallica in the metaverse instead of in real life, and like that'll be a thing. You know what I mean?
And that's from the amusing point of view. But if you wanna create, you can go, man, and you can ask an algorithm to create music using the reference you want, whatever, and it's gonna give you something really cool. And that one is pre-trained, but when the thing gets to a point that it's self
Yeah.
uh,
Ascension.
Yeah.
b- b- consciousness, it's another conversation, but when the machine learns to train itself, the results are gonna be really original.
Yeah, like a lot of the stuff with I'm sure you guys have seen on the internet lately, like the AI artwork, like it's just starting to get really cool. Like of course it doesn't look like a human did it, and it's still evolving, but it still looks, there's some really cool artwork I've seen lately, and it's just so advanced. But yeah, it's still very like sterile, if that makes sense. Like it's you could tell it wasn't done by a human, but it's incredible.
Now.
Yeah,
For now.
Now.
Yeah.
it's incredible just like how far it's come already in this short amount of time. And like I said, with with the metaverse and all that, it's like, I don't know, it to me it's a little bit frightening, because it's like in a way we're already kind of cyborgs anyway, because we walk around with computers attached to us all the time, and it's like it's a part of us, so we're already almost freaking
Part of it. Yep.
we're already like
Assimilated.
combining with it. So yeah, the whole like metaverse thing, it's a little unsettling, but it's a part of the future. It doesn't mean you have to subscribe to it. It doesn't mean you have to be a part of it. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
who knows what it's going to be like in the future for music, because like there's already AI mastering. There's already AI like they're starting to do like AI mixing, and AI mastering has been a thing for a while. There's like that company called Lander. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but yeah, now it's with art. Who knows? Like you said, it's maybe you'll be able to go to a website and go create a death metal song with female vocals in Chinese or something, and it's like, there you go, and it's completely original but still weird. It's like, it's just going to be, I think, another option. I still don't think, at least for a very long time, people will prefer the artificial version to the human version. That's just me, though.
Yeah, being optimistic, I think that's the market.
Yeah.
Nostalgia, if you will, because it's going to have that human aspect, but for a limited time.
Yeah.
I think we're going, man, full synthetic, and it makes sense. Like eventually we won't, according to Alan Watts, we won't need electronics to be able to have ESP or telekinesis or things like that. We are realizing we have the capabilities, and now we need electronics in order to do it. But once we realized we can do it, oh shit, we can.
Yeah.
We can read everyone's thoughts.
Well, there's already that technology that Elon Musk has been developing, the Neuralink. So if that's basically like, okay, there's a chip in your brain and you're able to communicate silently with whoever you're next to or around, or maybe anyone on Earth, like via remote viewing and all that. If that becomes a thing to where, a lot of people are just subscribing to that and getting the chip, who knows how ridiculous it's going to be in the next 10 years, like if that actually becomes a thing, and how much more advanced it'll get. And yeah, I mean,
No, it's happening.
We'll
I
see
think
how it's
happening.
going to affect music. I can imagine musicians connected to their pedal boards or computers, like whatever you can imagine, thinking about the distortion they want, or the
hell yeah.
or the wah wah, like,
No.
okay, go to this while they'll play. Okay,
Yeah.
It's just I think that the way to see it, or the way that I see it, is just, of course there's an unsettling feeling around, and there's some fear, but I mean, human is not gonna be obsolete at all in terms of that you're always going to need the input, right? So far, right? At least at this point. But at the same time, if you're always going to have that person or that human or that guy, that woman that is going to come with something unique and that is going to probably change everything all over again. It's just that it's going to be more competition and it's going to be more qualified competition in the terms of, if the AI can make a piece of art that is going to be up to par to one of the best, graphic designers or graphic artists around, they're going to have to up their game. Because even though it's an artificial intelligence, but you can always use your imagination, and the imagination is the only thing that we humans have that is more powerful than anything else, and that's the only way that we're not gonna even combat or fight it, but we're gonna have to integrate it. So once we get into that point, because I had this conversation a long time ago with somebody that was saying that I was kind of like telling them, well, there's no such thing as sci-fi. Sci-fi is just the term that you put to something that is going to become the norm and the rule of the future. Because if you see the sci-fi that was in 1969 when Space Odyssey 2001 came out, everything that they do there, or pretty much everything that they do there, we're able to do it right now. Everything.
And they knew we would be able to do it. It's cybernetics. It's a plan that it's been executed from the 1800s.
Exactly.
It's incredible, man. It's incredible.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all the books that you read,
incredible,
everything that you kind of know, it's just like, oh yeah, that's crazy. That's just impossible. No, but with time it becomes possible. Before in the 70s, nobody thought it was possible to speak and see the person on the other side. And now we can do it, and it's the most normal thing ever.
They knew it was going to be possible. They knew it wasn't possible at the time.
Moment. Yeah.
Alan Watts, he was talking about. He was saying, man, we're gonna be able to have. It's crazy to have the same meeting happening in 5 different places with projections of the people you are meeting with, and that meeting, it's gonna take place. It's a redundancy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And it's basically an electronic redundancy. And going back to music, I think that opens the space for live music. It's fucking awesome to be able to go and to see humans doing playing instruments, jumping, and doing very basic and tribal things, because apparently it's going to get prohibited, man. Because why are you gonna go with nasty people with diseases, toxicity, whatever, if you can do it with an avatar in the safety of your living room,
and you can design it however you want it to be and make it perfect.
Dude, are you crazy?
Yeah.
It's like maybe I am. I wanna spend some time with those nasty humans
to another human
and sweat together and smell. It's crazy, man.
And that's exactly why I believe that there's no such a thing as sci-fi. It's just that those are the things that are not possible right now, but it's gonna be possible in the future. So going back to the neural link and everything, that's gonna happen. That's what I'm trying to say. So whenever we get integrated with an AI, we're gonna be meta superhumans. So everything that you think right now is gonna be obsolete and probably, I don't know, is gonna be kind of void, because once you get the AI that can do the processing or the thought processing faster and more accurate, they are gonna be able to solve problems in 10, 60 seconds or something.
With Midjourney, you can. It's really well trained, the algorithm. So in 60 seconds, Right now, you can make something beautiful with high quality, um 60 seconds. And
60
if you
seconds,
try
yeah.
to do it, I can do it, but if if I sit down to do it, it's gonna take me a couple weeks.
Right. Yeah. That's the thing. Cause then it, like you said before, it comes into, then it's competition, you know, like, yeah, it is another option for someone. Say if like, you know, you have a client that wants a specific type of artwork and it's like either they can hire you for your specific touch and your specific style and taste, or they can go to this AI website and they can get something, you know, awesome, but it's different and it's faster, but they still, I still feel, and I'm hopeful that humans will always want that human touch, or the majority of the time. Um, I don't know, until it gets so good. It's like, yeah, like other people, like other types of jobs that are, you know, like assembly line jobs, where like AI will eventually take over, like the very, very, very simple type jobs. That makes sense. But like things that are so specific and specialized and like art, yeah. So it is concerning. Like same thing with audio. Like you can go to websites and have your song mastered in like 10 seconds, but it's not.
But the
It's
caveat is, like I said before, it's going to be always the imagination of the individual and how good your connection or your communication is with the AI. Because if you say, let's say, I'm not going to hire you to do that job because I can do it on Midjourney or whatever AI we have at the time in 60 seconds. But it depends of how good I am on my imagination and my power of communication with the AI to generate something that is gonna be able to compete with him. For
With
instance,
with AI, with AI, I think you should be good with words, with languages.
exactly. Yeah.
The more lexicon,
let's
the more
yeah.
vocabulary you have, and the better you understand how to articulate your imagination, the AI is gonna be more
It's gonna give you the
responsive.
result.
Man, it's crazy. I've been experimenting with Midjourney. It's gonna be 1 month, man, and I've been generating a bunch of images. We've been using some of them for our social media, and I've been sharing those images with friends that know I'm an artist. I draw, I sculpt, I do art, I make art, um, and they tell me, "Look, dude, it has your style," and I'm like, "Dude, this is fucking crazy." And when I go back and I see the work, it has some of my. It's like the. This is going to sound crazy, but it's like the AI knows what I want, or understands that I'm an artist, and I'm being uh, through the references I'm using, or the type of input I'm giving the algorithm. The algorithm knows, okay, this is this type of this person is this type of artist, and maybe the algorithm can check my website and see what I have in my weight, and it's trying to give me what I want.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So if I take those images and then I process those images with my human abilities, I get, man, the
Incredible
combination
results. Yeah.
of both things. And the ideas, my imagination is going crazy, dude, because I'm feeding myself every time I create images. The algorithm is multiplying those images by 4. So I'm ingesting a lot of quote unquote original images that I want to sit down and draw.
That's such a trip, because it's like it's predicting, like say you want to do 4 versions of this type of skull artwork, and then it analyzes you and your artwork, and then it spits out like 4 versions of what you would have done like on your own in the future. Like it like
Correct.
and yeah, that's
Correct.
Because that's I'm sorry, that's what I was saying about the imagination and the communication is always gonna be dependent on the individual, because the way that I communicate is completely different from the way that you communicate, that he communicates, and that anybody else communicates. So the way that I'm gonna communicate with my AI, which is gonna be a tool in the end, and it's a tool actually, is gonna be my way. So the results that I'm gonna get from that is gonna be completely different from the results that he's gonna get, because his way of communicating with the AI is completely different.
yeah, that's a great
'Cause
point.
yeah, so that's, let's say that you're gonna master a song. You're gonna master a song with this company, and then and it's gonna be an AI, right? You are gonna communicate from your language, from your mindset, from your imagination. How do you envision that is gonna be the mastering of this song? And it's still gonna be you. It's gonna be probably 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 10 times better to what you would probably be able to do in 5, 6 weeks, right? Because it's gonna be, the processing is gonna be more advanced, but at the same time, is gonna be you. So if you give it to Tim Palmer, it's gonna be him, because it's the way that you're communicating. Is always your touch. It's always your imagination. It's the way that you're even wording what you want to communicate. So that's how I see it. It's the same with Santi. That's why he's getting the results exactly the same way that he's looking for it, because the way that he's communicating with the tool is just giving his peace of mind, his imagination into the tool, and the tool is just elevating that 5, 6, 7, 9 times into what he originally wanted.
Yeah.
I would add that the tool is, like I said, it's really really well trained. So I think it's very empathetic. So, um, so when you give those inputs to the algorithm, and the algorithm, it's so, like somehow the AI, it's learning how to like things you give it. Let's say because right now we are training the algorithm. He got a pre-train from the
From the web.
people programming the machine and whatever. But then let's say I ask the AI, hey, give me something from, I want Skukalski with impressionism with, so I'm asking the AI to research those topics and learn about those topics, and maybe the AI is able to say, oh fuck, I like fucking Skukalski, man. I didn't know this guy exists. So it goes beyond communication once you ask the machine something specific, because the machine now goes, it learns something, it creates something for you, it's gonna give you those creations, and then you can say, okay, I like it, or no, maybe go another round. And you are rewarding the machine for the best answers. And sometime, most of the times, if you are using the right inputs, you're getting the right answer, man.
Yeah, because
it's
like
incredible.
yeah, like it's just refining over time.
Because the reward is
Incredible,
just
dude.
that is getting your style. In his
So-
case, once you pick the image, or once you pick the answer that you wanted, so the AI says, okay, so this is the correct answer for you. So every time that
And it can do it with
exactly.
like Her, the movie Her. She was able to have 8 or 10 relationships at the same time, like truly true
Connection.
love. Like I can love, like passionately love, 8, 10 persons at the same time.
Oh
Like
boy.
it's crazy. So it's I think, man, it's gonna change. Maybe we'll find new ways or things to consider art, because
Oh yeah.
with
Yeah.
these tools, man.
It's like every tool. You start with an idea, and then that idea evolves into something else because somebody and the other person and the other person and the other person use them in a way that nobody thought about it before, and then that thing changes everything. It's just like when let's talk about Facebook. When they created Facebook, it wasn't intended to be what it is today.
I think
It
it
was something
was.
else. Probably,
I think
Yes, and
it's not that serendipity, and it's social engineering. Look, in order to be able to get people to share their lives and eradicate secrets, because why to have secrets, and you should be open, and
and
we
tell
are
everyone.
we are like we the I sound crazy when I say they, but I think uh, governments, they want people to be public because it's easier to control people
Of
that way.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when the first time I interacted with Facebook, it was like, dude, this is a really bad idea.
I know.
If you
I think
want,
everyone knows that deep down.
Yeah,
Like, this
yeah,
is
exactly.
stupid.
that's what I'm
why
saying.
am I
Do that, exactly.
why am I posting photos of like all my kids and checking in and exactly where I am at all the time? Like, so
It's-
literally, it's. I know. I think everyone feels that way deep down, but it's like it's addicting as fuck. You know. So people just like
yeah,
they want
and
to.
they
They like
knew it.
It's like it's the dopamine hit. It's like, oh, I got 300 likes on this picture of my kid.
It's the same that is going to happen with the metaverse. Once you get into the metaverse, it's going to be even more so because let's say that you're really integrated in the metaverse, right? The metaverse, you get the suit, you get, let's talk about Ready Player One,
Ready
right?
Player One.
You get the suit, you get the neural links that you need to communicate with your brain, and then you're inside the virtual world. You know how addicting it's going to be that you can be whoever and whatever fuck you want.
Yeah, it's already addicting. That's basically
That's what I'm saying. So
what video games are.
You know, all the information that anybody that is interested in is gonna get your biometrics, is gonna get all your brain impulses, is gonna get all your functioning of your body into data into the metaverse.
Yeah.
So your privacy doesn't exist anymore. But people are gonna get so into it that it's just like, oh yeah, I want to see Metallica in live in the metaverse. So yeah, I'm gonna put on the suit, the entire thing, and then I'm gonna go to the virtual world and see it and have a blast. Meanwhile, the interests that be are gonna collect all this information about you, and then you're not gonna be able even to lie. Because I can know, it's just like the lie detector. If the lie detector knows your impulses every time that you lie, imagine having the data of your entire body into a system. You're not gonna be able to do nothing. You're not gonna be able to even express emotion without them knowing what or how you express your emotion. Even if you can have the best poker face in the world, the way your body reacts, the body temperature, the impulses that you get, you're not gonna be able to hide it.
Yeah, that's like
So it's scary.
that's why they're starting to talk about how you'll be able to download, like if you get the Neuralink in over a certain amount of time, you'll be able to download your consciousness onto a hard drive, and then if you want to preserve yourself for your family after you die, you're like, okay, well, we'll inject, we'll take my my personality or the brain of or the of whoever and put it into like a new host or whatever. It's like that's already being talked about, and yeah, just gathering all the information from a person over time is it's pretty
And
much
it's
already
quick.
starting. Yeah,
It's quick. It's like Alter Carbon. Did you see did you watch that
a
series?
little bit. Yeah,
So it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna be able to upload it into whatever device that you want, and then that can be the host in any,
isn't that creepy
Android
to you though? Like your consciousness is on this little 2 terabyte drive, and it's like you can load it into any. It's like that's fucking weird, but
It's getting there.
It's not your consciousness.
It could be like a clone.
It's your ego. Because the consciousness is the universe.
Yeah.
There's no way you can put the universe in a 3 terabyte.
Well, it started like this, so.
But my point.
I know what
is,
you're saying. I know what you're saying.
My point is, I think once we reach that point, we're gonna understand that we need. I was. Let me articulate this. If we are able to see the future and know the future, that future is going to be the past. So you're not gonna be interested in knowing what you like because I know what you like. So I'm not gonna interact with you because I have no interest.
Right.
You already know the future.
On any human being. So at some point, we'll go back to, okay, I don't want to know about you. So I can get interested about you and find it out. So I think it's part of this state of imagination that we have to create this electronic way to understand that we can do that. I can by osmosis get an idea that is floating around, and I can absorb it and express it if I'm able to do it with my body, if I train my body to do it.
Well, yeah, I mean, that what you just said, like circling back to music, because I feel like, I don't know if you've experienced this, I'm sure you have it with songwriting. That's what I feel like. Sometimes that's what songwriting is. You're receiving something from the universe and you're like, I don't know where this came from, but here it is. And a lot of the times that's what songwriting is to me. It's like, I'm not really writing this. You're just intercepting it from the fucking universe. It's like, I don't know where that idea came from. I don't know what it means, but it's here. And it's not part of me. It's like came from somewhere else.
Yes.
So I like that, circling back to that, because that's what music is to me. It's like people intercepting the universe and transferring it into their art. Same thing with painting. Same thing. Yeah. It's,
you're an antenna. That's what it is. Yeah. You're an antenna. You pick up the reception, you channel it, and then you create it in real life. Because technically, that's the thought from the beginning of time, that the ideas are there. That's what we've taught.
Yeah, the little flame, flame on top of our heads. It's connected with the universe.
With the universe, and all you do is just intercept it, and create it and bring it to life. That's why an idea is always possible, because all starts with an idea. You get the idea, and the idea becomes reality.
If you train your body to be able to play,
or
play
depending
guitar,
of your abilities,
or drums,
depending on your
or
abilities,
sing, or whatever, it's good to use this body holding you and
because it's not only,
training.
I don't think that it's only on art, or it's just about art. It's about pretty much everything. This idea just possesses you, and then you're able to create it and make it real, because you're a channel. So,
yeah, you can use it to work doing a repetitive thing all your life. It's valid, but I think you enjoy it more if you do something
creative,
more creative. Yeah.
I think that's a perfect way to end it, you guys. Anything you want to plug, like your website or anything like that, or anything to look forward to in 2023 for everyone listening?
I mean, what we're going to do, we're going to try to tour as much as we can, as we talked about. And then you can always find what we're doing, because we're going to be currently doing it, and we're going to keep doing it. More art and more stuff in our social media. And probably more videos and more stuff, depending on, of course, what we're interacting with and experimenting with. Like he's saying, we're all experimenting with AI and with the capabilities of everything that's around, and we're gonna be putting out stuff, so you can actually find us on Instagram, on Zeistencroix, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and on our website, Zeistencroix.com.
Perfect. Well, thank you guys so much for coming
Thank you,
by,
Alex.
and I look forward to seeing what's going on with the music in 2023, and maybe we could work together another track. And it'd be great to, yeah, it'd be great to see you guys do another tour and just keep pushing the music out. And yeah, so thank you so much for coming by.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
for
Alex.
having
Thank you
us.
for having us.
My pleasure.